All right, get ready because today we're going deep, really deep into history, thanks to you guys, the listeners.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, you wanted to explore the most influential animals throughout human history, so
A big topic.
big topic, and sent over, well, a very interesting source, to say the least. It's a user-generated list from the top10s.com.
I love those.
It's called Top 10 Most Influential Animals in Human History, and, well, let's just say some users did not hold back.
User-generated lists are always fun. You get some real insightful comments, but then you also get
The hot takes.
the hot takes. I'm ready.
Okay, so the horse takes the top spot,
Of course.
galloping ahead of the competition. And, the users really highlighted those things about horses that we all kind of think about.
Sure.
Their beauty, that deep connection we have with them. Some even argued that horses understand way more of our language than we give them credit for.
There really is something special about that connection.
Oh, absolutely.
When you think about it, the impact horses have had on warfare. I mean, from cavalry tactics to just being able to cover vast distances, they really changed the way battles were fought across civilizations.
Yeah, we often romanticize horses, but their role in building empires, I mean, it's undeniable.
It is.
Okay, now this next one surprised me. Coming in strong at number 2 is the cow.
Interesting. I wouldn't have put them that high at first,
Yeah.
but I guess when you think about it,
Right?
they have had a pretty big impact.
The users were all about the cow love.
I can see that.
Cows. What an amazing truth, one said. Another highlighted their vital role in agriculture, providing milk,
Yeah.
all those good things. But I'm curious, from your perspective, how do cows fit into the bigger picture of human history?
Well, let's think about this for a second. Before horses became widely used for transportation,
Hmm.
cows were pulling plows, carts,
Yeah.
even, early forms of public transit.
Ah.
But, their role goes deeper than that. Owning cattle was a sign of wealth,
Right.
a source of trade, a commodity to barter with. And it's those early concepts of private ownership and trade
Oh, wow.
that are really foundational to capitalism.
Whoa, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Cows, the unsung heroes of capitalism. Okay, now for a less cuddly but equally impactful animal, maybe even more impactful, the mosquito.
Yeah, not quite as many warm, fuzzy feelings for that one.
And the user comments, well, they were pretty passionate to say the least. But even amidst the,
The calls for extermination.
yeah, there's this kind of grudging acknowledgement of their historical influence.
Yeah, it's true. We might not like them, but we can't deny that mosquitoes have shaped civilizations,
Yeah.
particularly in the Americas. I mean, think about European colonization. That was often hindered not just by, human resistance, but
Yeah.
also by diseases like malaria,
Right.
yellow fever.
Yeah.
It's crazy how these tiny creatures really influence the course of empires.
Yeah. Speaking of shaping history, let's talk camels. Users pointed to explorers like Ibn Battuta, who used camels to cross the Sahara Desert,
Oh, that's a good one.
discovering salt deposits, amassing wealth. It's an incredible story.
Oh, yeah. Ibn Battuta's journey is, it's a fantastic example of the influence of the camel. But I think we need to zoom out a bit.
Okay.
His travels, they weren't just about personal gain.
Yeah.
They led him to all of these vibrant African civilizations
Uh-huh.
with advanced schools and universities. And when he brought all this knowledge back to Europe, it actually contributed to the end of the Dark Ages.
Wait, are you serious? Camels are indirectly responsible for the Renaissance.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It just goes to show, these animals, they weren't just facilitating trade. They were also, spreading ideas and knowledge across continents.
Okay.
From the ship of the desert to, well, a creature that's a lot closer to home, the dog.
Now we're talking.
The comments were just overflowing with love and appreciation.
Of course.
Highlighting that deep emotional bond we have with dogs.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder why we have that connection.
I know. One user even said, without dogs, many of us wouldn't have a reason to live.
Wow.
It's pretty intense, but it speaks volumes about the emotional support they provide.
Yeah.
Why do we have such a unique connection with these animals?
It's a long history, thousands of years.
Yeah.
Back to the very beginnings of dog domestication. They started as hunting partners, protectors, herders.
Right?
But that relationship, it's evolved over time.
Absolutely.
We've bred them for companionship, for specific tasks.
Mhm.
And by doing so, we've also kind of shaped our own psychology.
It's so true.
I mean, think about it. Dogs help us reduce stress,
Yeah.
increase our activity.
Mhm.
They even provide therapy.
Absolutely.
It's like this incredible feedback loop
Yeah.
that goes back millennia.
It's amazing. Okay, now from man's best friend to, well, a creature that's had a much less positive impact.
Yeah, let's just say,
The flea.
yeah.
This little guy might be tiny, but its historical significance is massive.
Oh, yeah. When you think about their role in spreading the Black Death, it's chilling.
Yeah.
A third of Europe's population wiped out, entire communities decimated.
It's hard to even fathom.
It's a stark reminder of how interconnected we are with nature,
Absolutely.
even in the ways that we don't like.
Yeah. A third of Europe. I mean,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to grasp the scale of that devastation.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of interconnectedness, our next animal, it might seem like kind of a basic choice,
Yeah,
but they're important.
they are.
Fish. The users pointed to their crucial role as an early food source,
Of course.
essential for human survival.
Yeah, I mean, the story of fish goes way beyond just food, though.
Oh, yeah.
Think about all the fishing techniques. Entire economies built around fishing.
Right.
Fish have been woven into our mythology.
Yeah.
Folklore, you
Yeah.
know. Different cultures revere certain fish. They've become symbols.
Absolutely.
It's a reminder that our relationship with animals is deeply connected to our cultural identity.
It is. Okay, now, for another creature that's, well, often misunderstood
Oh, yeah.
and kind of maligned,
Hmm.
the rat.
Yeah, not a lot of fans of the rat.
But they played a part in spreading the Black Death. But they're more than that.
Yeah.
They're more than just that one event.
Rats have thrived alongside us for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they've adapted to our environment
They have.
with incredible resilience. And, well, they have been responsible for transmitting other diseases,
Yeah.
largely because they exploit, you know, even the tiniest gaps in our sanitation practices.
Right.
It's a testament to their tenacity, even if it's a little bit creepy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But hey, maybe we can find some common ground with our next animal. This one's a fan favorite.
Yeah.
The cat. The users were gushing about their ability to provide companionship.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Some even called them essential for happiness.
It's true.
It's pretty powerful. So, you know, cats have really earned their place in our hearts.
Yeah, they were initially domesticated to control vermin, which was important, you know, protecting food stores, preventing
Yeah.
disease.
Mhm.
But over time, that relationship with humans, well, it's evolved.
Probably.
We've gone from valuing them for their skills
Yeah.
to cherishing them as companions, finding
Okay.
comfort in their sometimes independent nature.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And finally, we arrive at our last animal on this main list, the pig.
Oh, the pig.
The users were all about those adorable piglets and the culinary delights of pork. What's your take on the pig's place in human history?
Well, the domestication of pigs, that was a major turning point.
Hmm.
They provided a reliable source of protein, which was crucial for the growth of settlements and the development of agriculture.
Right.
But, you know, beyond food, pigs have really deep cultural significance. They
Yeah.
pop up in mythology, art, literature.
They do.
Some cultures revere them, others, not so much.
It's true.
It's fascinating how one animal can hold such diverse meanings across societies.
It really is. It's more than just bacon. Although, let's be real, bacon is pretty amazing.
I agree.
But hold on, folks, because we're not done yet. This list also has a whole section for newcomers and contenders, so get ready for even more animal insights. Okay, so let's dig into these newcomers and contenders,
Right.
because I think there are some hidden gems here.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
First up, the chicken.
The chicken.
And let me tell you, the users, they were crowing for
Yeah.
their inclusion. One even said that this one should have been higher on the list.
You know, I can see why. Chickens are a global food source. I
Right.
mean, they provide protein and eggs for billions of people.
'Cause you-
Domesticating them, well, that wasn't just about a steady meal. It was
Yeah.
a revolution in agriculture.
Hmm.
More food meant larger populations, growth of settlements,
Right.
even trade routes.
Well, the humble chicken,
Yeah.
a driving force behind human civilization. All right, this next contender, this one caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
The beaver.
The beaver. Okay.
One user even claimed that that beavers were responsible for westward expansion in America.
Now, that's an interesting point.
Yeah.
I mean, beavers might not have led armies
Right.
or spread plagues like some of the other animals we talked about.
Yeah.
But their impact on North America is undeniable.
For sure.
The fur trade, I mean, beaver pelts.
Oh, yeah?
They were so valuable back then.
You were?
They drove explorers and trappers further and further west.
Mm-hmm.
You know, pursuing these furry architects
Yeah.
led to the mapping of new territories,
Wow.
the establishment of trading posts, and, well, ultimately the displacement of indigenous populations.
It's like they were these unintentional pioneers,
Yeah, you could say that.
paving the way for human expansion.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that, sometimes the biggest impacts come from the most unexpected sources.
It's true.
All right. Our last contender, this one takes us into the realm of conservation. It highlights the plight of a magnificent creature
Oh.
that's facing some pretty serious threats.
The rhino. Yeah. The user comments on those were a mix of admiration and concern.
Yeah.
You know, one user pointed out that rhinos might not have shaped history in the same way as horses or cows or, some of the others we've talked about.
Right.
But their current situation, it's a reflection of our own impact
Yeah? For sure.
on the planet. They're victims of poaching, driven to the brink of extinction for their horns,
Yeah.
which are falsely believed to have medicinal properties.
It's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
And it raises these tough questions about our responsibility towards nature.
Yeah.
We've talked about animals that have helped us thrive,
Yeah.
challenged our survival, shaped our cultures.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the ones we've pushed to the edge?
That's a really important question.
Where do they fit into this whole idea of influence?
Yeah, it's a good point. The rhino's story is a reminder that influence isn't always about these grand historical events or these huge sweeping changes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about vulnerability, about the consequences of our own actions, about the urgent need for conservation.
Right.
We can't talk about influential animals
Yeah.
without acknowledging those we've impacted negatively,
Yeah.
those whose fate is intertwined with our choices.
You're absolutely right. This deep dive, it's been full of surprises. The chicken's role in shaping civilization, the unintended consequences of the beaver fur trade.
It's been a journey.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave you with this thought. As you consider which animal you'd add to this list,
Oh, yeah.
think about the stories that haven't been told yet, the connections that we're still uncovering.
Every animal has a story,
Yeah.
a role to play in this intricate web of life. This deep dive has shown us that influence comes in many forms, from the grand and sweeping to the subtle and often overlooked.
So true. So as you ponder which animal deserves a spot on the list, remember that every creature, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, has a story worth exploring. And who knows, maybe your choice will inspire the next generation
That's a great point.
of explorers, scientists, and conservationists to uncover even more fascinating connections between humans and the animal world. It's really amazing to think about how this simple list sparks such a deep dive into history, and culture.
And ethics, even.
Yeah, it really is fascinating how these animals force us to reconsider, this whole idea of influence.
Yeah, we often think about influence in terms of power, right? Dominance. But this list, it shows us that vulnerability,
Right?
even being a victim of human actions, well, that can shape history too.
That's so true. Like the rhinos,
Exactly.
they didn't build empires or lead armies,
Right.
but their plight is a powerful reminder of our impact on the planet.
Yeah. And it challenges us to think about influence in a different way. It's not just about what animals have done for us.
Yeah.
It's about how our actions, our choices, shape their fate.
It's a two-way street. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. As you're thinking about, which animal you'd add to this list,
Yeah.
think about those stories that haven't been told, the connections we're still uncovering.
Every species has a role to play in this incredible web of life.
Absolutely.
And, who knows? Maybe your choice. Maybe it'll inspire someone to,
Yeah.
dive deep, learn more, advocate for these creatures.
That's a perfect note to end on. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those deep dives going.